Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? I am tired, but I really, really need to do this show. This is to raise awareness. You see, this is I'm so tired. Sorry, it's been a long, long day today. As you know, I'm on holiday, so yeah. I had a very, very long walk. My leg, they pain me. But either way, yeah. Let me jump on it. Um, a carer in Scotland, an African carer. From the name, it looks like the person is actually a Nigerian. From the name, okay, is a yeah. From the name of the person, it says Kebiru Abu Yakubu. That to me, that name sounds like a Nigerian. Is that a Nigerian or a Ghanaian? But the chances that it's a Nigerian is very, very high. And well, anyway, let's go by what is in the news. There's a way I can find out if I need to find out, but let's leave let's leave the country. This is for awareness purpose. You see, I always tell people there's some kind of job. If you know you do not have self-control, if you know that you cannot, you see those behavior that people used to do in back at home, that a woman will be walking on the road, whether a man, whether a woman, because Keriwa abuse is not just limited to male or female. Okay, you see, there are some questions that people ask. Those questions to you, it sounds acceptable, right? But in reality, those questions actually can get you into serious trouble. But you see, because we come from a community. I wouldn't say we come from a community, because that is saying that means I'm sweeping everybody under a box, which is not the case. We have people in our countries, we have people in our countries who do not behave like the way some people behave. And it is very wrong to just assume that or to make a sweeping statement that because some people behave that way, then we start saying in our country, people behave. No. Individuals do different things. Okay? So, you see, there are some people, there's a way we talk, there's a way they talk, and they think it is acceptable. For instance, I'm going to go to the case. For instance, you see, you look at someone that is big, and you're like, this one, you are too fat. And we hear these things are things that people say without thinking. You don't understand the impact those words make on the people you are making comment about. They say body shaming, whatever it is you want to call it. But the thing is, those things you're saying can get you into serious trouble. You look at someone, you say, and even in our Nollywood, our music industry, our day-to-day, even like all these so-called celebrities, you hear them say it. They say, in short, some people, when they want to insult you, the first thing they will say is, you see as you big. See as you big anyhow. See as you be like bread, really throw inside water. There are things that people say without thinking. And they don't understand the impact that has on the people they are saying it to. Okay? I personally, I'm on a big side. And I don't care how, it doesn't bother me how I'm being described. Okay? Because the way you describe me does not define me. Okay? Now, you hear people say, even though I remembered, I don't know if I think I've said it in some of my shows, where I remembered I reached out to a personal trainer. Okay? Because I remembered I wanted to lose weight. Well, my journey of wanting to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight, so I went to a dietitian in the NHS. How are you now? I went to a dietitian in NHS, and the things they were telling me to eat salad, eat this, eat that. Me, I like my Nigerian food, and I know for a fact that the Nigerian foods are healthy. Okay, I know that for a fact. Our African foods, our Asian foods are very healthy. Okay, because they are roots and herbs. I know that for a fact. It's probably the way we portion it or the way we cook it. Not even the cooking. They're different. Anyway, that's a different story entirely. And I remembered someone directed me to a particular fitness trainer, okay? And she used to be on Instagram. I don't know if she's there because I blocked her. And I remember going to speak, I reached out to her, I slid into her DM, reached out to her, and I saw the things she was, okay, eventually, we got talking, and I said, look, I love my Nigerian food, and I'm not down for all this couscous and whatever it is that they call that they eat. I want to be able to eat my Nigerian food. I don't want, because for me, where my struggle is, okay, fine, I can eating vegetables, eating salad is the least of my worries. I'm not a big eater, but even saying that, I don't want to, I could stick to whatever diet they're telling me to stick to. But the problem is, okay, when I go for family events, or when I have to, maybe I'm having guests come to me, or, whatever it is, I don't want to be selecting what I will eat, because there, it just, that's not my reality. So I want something that is my reality and I can stick to, irrespective of whatever the occasion is. So, and I remembered very well, I spoke to the lady, added me to a group. Me, I'm not a group person. I don't like being in a group. So she added me to a group and I was like, look, I don't like being in a group because for me, it's very confusing. Apart from even being confusing, it's just disorganizing for me. I like my one-to-one. I'm very happy to, stick on my one-to-one. Anyway, the long and short of it. So one of the days, I think the lady then posted something. It was a WhatsApp group. The lady then posted something. I'm really active on the WhatsApp group because I have a very busy life. And to be honest with you, I can't be bothered going back and forward on WhatsApp. I really do not have the time. So, I wanted something that was practical for me, something that I could, relate with. Anyway, so one of the times she posted something and she was like, do you know the reason why you're fat? Is because, no, she wasn't talking to me. She would just put it on the group. You know how people post. And she said, do you know the reason why you're fat? Because you are eating like a pig. And I was like, whoa. Coming from a fitness trainer. And this lady is based in the UK. She's one of the big names among the Nigerian community when it comes to fitness training, whatever they call themselves, whatever they do. I was like, whoa, how dare you speak to people like this? Who are you to speak to people like this? So I pulled her up. I called her. Anybody that knows me, I don't waste time. So I phoned her. And I was like, excuse me, why did you put this post? And the next thing she was like, if you don't like what I said, I said, hold on a minute. Let's unpick what you said. I'm not even speaking for myself. You can't address, of course. You dare not address me that way anyway, because I won't allow you. I won't accept it. I said, how can you? These people, whoever they are, they've come to you for support. Maybe not necessarily around their diet, but they just want general support. And you had a cheek, to post something saying the reason why they are eating like this, the reason why they are fat is because they're eating like this. And I was like, you don't have to be fat to be unhealthy. I lost a friend, I think from a few years ago. This, my friend, is when you say someone is a fitness freak. You sure that my friend, she has a shape to die for. We usually joke that she's Ketenshaw. We call her the wannabe Ketenshaw of blessed memory now. That my friend is of blessed memory. She was a fitness freak. When I say fitness freak, like, when you're looking for someone who is healthy, if you look at the definition of what they call healthy, she was that definition. She goes for like long runs. She does all these marathons. She goes for like long endurance trek. She goes hiking. She's very, very busy, very, very active. And guess what? She's very mindful of what she eats. So it's not just about her going for like long walk. She's someone that I remember when we used to joke that, when you go and visit her, you have to make sure, she's just, that was our inside joke. She measures everything she eats. She's very mindful of what goes in her mouth. She's into like gut health and, she's really, really like into her fitness. Okay. Like proper fitness. She's into it. And guess what? Some few years ago, she passed. She had a terminal illness. In short, I remembered when she was diagnosed. I remember I was the first person she phoned. when she got diagnosed. And the husband, her widower rather, her widower could not wrap his head around it. I remember her phoning me and saying, this is the news. Like she was she was at the other end of the phone, and her voice that's the first time I've ever known her to be fearful. I've never known her. I've known her I'm 48, so I think I've known her for almost 30 something years, and I was quite surprised. When I honestly, don't even start me. Anyway, now so this so that my friend, she got the news, and she did everything. She went through holistic health. She, like I said, she's very, very like into her fitness. Yeah, she fought hard. But hey, I'm just saying that, of course, I miss her dearly. I miss her very, very dearly, because we were very, very close. Like we connect. In short, her younger sister was actually my friend. Or rather, it was her younger sister that myself and her younger sister were in the same class. Right? I think that was in secondary school. We're in the same class. And but somewhere along the line, the joke was, she snatched me off her younger sister, and we became very, very close. She was, in short, I don't even know. I don't call her my friend. I call her she's more of a sister to me than a friend, And in my dark days, this was a lady, back then. I mean, I wouldn't qualify to even be called a friend, as at my situation at the time back in high school. But this lady took her time. She looked out for me. She was one person that her passing, shook me. And interestingly, she was a daughter of a prominent pastor. Her father is a prominent bishop in Warri. They have a very big church there. In short, when you are listing churches in Warri, you cannot list churches without listing her father's church. This, she was just, anyway. So the longer I heard of it, I was quite surprised. Despite all of it, she was really into holistic. She went, she fought hard. But guess what? She submitted. Her soul submitted. And I always remember then. Yeah, I always remember then. So I know of a colleague as well. I know of a former colleague that was also a fitness freak. It wasn't just about eating or whatever. These are people that, they are very, very strict with their body. Okay? Now, the fact that I am okay, it doesn't make me better than them. Okay? Everybody's pattern of life, of everybody's journey is different. Okay? But the thing is, like I said, there's that thing of body shaming. And anyway, so back to that fitness trainer, I was like, look, how very dare you? How dare you call someone fat or call people fat? There's another guy, I see him on TikTok. Is it Oracle, whatever he calls himself, Oracle, Origi, whatever. Anyway, the guy talks about eating natural and everything. And you will hear the guy with his big head. And so the guy go there. You're fat. You are fat because you are this. Hey, I can never go to a doctor. Me, I will never go to a doctor. I used to eat ofe onubu. I used to eat, the guy is evil. It's not down to his tribe. I'm just trying to mimic what he's saying. The guy was like, this is my castor oil. I do this, I do that. They call the guy Oracle. I think one of the days I was browsing on TikTok and I came across this video and I was like, who is this? The reason why you're going to a doctor? These doctors will never tell you what is going on. And you see the guy screaming off his head. And I'm like, whoa. You don't speak to people like this. There are different things. There are some people that because they're slim does not mean that everything is fine. Some people have eating disorder. Eating disorder could either make you big or could make you slim. Either way, you don't know what people are battling with behind closed doors. Some people, it's not even the case of maybe they are fat or whether they are fat or they are slim. We react differently to different things. Some people, depression You never know the battle someone is fighting. So you need to, I always give people grace. You hear, Sassy just big anyhow. Sassy just big. I saw a video, and is it video or picture? I can't even remember which is one, of Nkechi Blessing, a Nigerian celebrity. Now, I'm not a fan of your Nigerian celebrities. Even Nkechi Blessing, I'm not a fan of her either. Because she, to me, as a lady, she just talks loosely. Okay? There's always that thing they say, you can't shame the shameless. Yes, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where they coin all those nonsense from. But, I've heard her speak. I've seen few of her videos and I'm like, whoa. And this is a lady. Why would you even speak like this? Anyway, so there was a video of her, I think some few weeks ago, or I don't know. I saw a video of her. Is it video or picture of her where they were saying that, look at how she sat down in the gym. Look at it. She uses filter. Whether she use filter, whether she don't use filter. I think the main thing, if I remember that very well, I think the picture, there was that thing of, why would you go and take picture of someone in the gym? The gym is a public place. Let's start from there. So that's not even an offense. Okay? It's a public place. Anybody can take pictures. But the thing was, the person took the picture, and I think, if I remember very well, Very Dark Man was actually teasing her, and I thought, that left a bad taste in me. How dare you? Yes, okay, yeah, she's selling slimming tea or whatever it is that she's selling. But it doesn't give you the right to body shame. It doesn't give you the right. And okay, let's even say, according to Very Dark Man, apparently, Nkechi Blessing has also what do they call it now? Has also been nasty towards him. And my question is, when someone goes low, why do you feel it's okay for you to go low with the person? When they go low, let them go low. That's who they are. You don't have to go low because someone went low. You can choose to do things differently. I was telling my friend, I think, was it yesterday, 2 days ago, we're having a conversation. We're just talking generally. And I was like, look, there's a way some people, I have a colleague at work, okay? That my colleague, in short, she's a junior colleague to me. There's a way she reacts towards me, okay? Me, I just look at her, I just laugh. Or I don't, not even like I literally laugh. Like I just look at her, I just, I do what I need to do. Because to me, when you are ignorant, I don't have to come down to your level to be ignorant. That's who you, the way you are, the things you're doing project who you are. If you are a nice person, it projects who you are. If you are a horrible person, it projects, it doesn't matter. How you present yourself speaks volume of you. Okay? So, it doesn't, like me, nothing bothers me. Yes, of course. Am I conscious of my body? Oh, yes, I am. Would I want to go slimmer? Yes, I would want to go slimmer, but not because somebody says I have to. It's because I want to. Okay? And for those, there are people who are very slim, that they actually want to put on weight. You don't know what people are battling with. I had a colleague that the daughter battled with, what's the name? Eating disorder for years. For years, that young person battled with eating disorder. And I think for me too, maybe the kind of job I do, I get to see things I get to see things behind the scene. And that's where I get to like, and maybe aside from that, I think obviously the way I grew up, like I've said, growing up with my auntie, there are things I saw and I'm like, no, I don't want people to do this. I don't like it. So I'm very, very mindful I'm very mindful of how I say things to people because I understand the impact of it. Now, to fitness instructor, you hear, look, you will eat this, you will eat that. That somebody eats, what's the name? That somebody eats vegetables and salad. It doesn't give balanced diet. Okay? But that's another story. That's a story for another day. The point I'm just trying to make is we need to be very, very mindful. And there's a reason why I'm highlighting that. Or you will see a woman walking on the road and you will hear, look at how she's dressed. Some people, I remember there used to be a time that on social media, you see videos of, what's the name? Even till recent, you see videos where a lady will be walking and men, they'll be pressing their body towards her. In short, there was one I saw I think I saw a video. I can't remember that was Linda Cage. I can't remember the blog. I saw it. And the lady was furious that, she was in a bus. She was in a public bus in Lagos, I think. I don't know if it was Lagos, but I know it was one of the states in Nigeria anyway. One of the cities in Nigeria. And the lady was in the bus and she was so irritated because apparently she was sitting next to a guy and the guy was actually pressing her breast. Okay? The guy was pressing her breast and the woman was like, why are you doing this? And everybody in the bus went quiet. You would think people will stand up to that. But everybody went quiet. And I'm like, how can this be acceptable? It doesn't mean all Nigerians do it. It doesn't mean everybody does it. But when something is done wrongly, when something bad happens and you are quiet or you condole because I don't want me to mention my name, you are as bad as the person who's done that thing. And this behavior, now they carry our people enter Obodo Yibo now. You will see them, they will say, when I knock in yash. I knock in yash because she know where her skirt no long. What concerns you with whether someone's skirt is long or short? How is that your cup of tea? And how is that your problem? How is someone's dressing your headache? And because some people don't learn to mind their business, you go look, some people, they will look at women. They will look at women and say, see as that babe, man, that babe stretch. And even just by looking at the woman, some guys, they don't undress the woman finish. And you see those behavior, it has a long-term implication. There's a name for those kind of behavior. Or as a woman, you see man the waka. There's a difference between admiring someone and admiring somebody in the kerewa level. You see a man, you're like, wow, this guy. I just imagine what he did there. I just imagine as a gulabi. I just imagine as in chest. I just imagine how the guy will take me down. Imagine. Some people look beyond just admiring. Okay? Some people, they cannot just, they go look, in short, you don't even want to imagine what is in their mind. Some people, just by admiring, just in the name, say they look person, they don't look that person, commode clothes, they bed with the person. And these are the things that we're now seeing, now manifesting itself or manifesting is a spiritual language. That one, all these pastor when they won't do for one night. Those are the behavior that are now presenting itself to most of these guys who did not know how to curb themselves. When they were misbehaving, they don't sit them down, begin to address their behavior, their bad behavior. Some women, their wife know. Some men, the way they behave towards women, for a house, go check some men, the way they carry with their wife, it tells you how they actually view women outside. There's some men like that. The same to women, you're going to hear, oh yeah, Duan like say Abiashi. Some women, they do. Because that's, there's quite a lot there. Okay? There's quite a lot. Now, all these guys, we all know, say for summer, people go and dress. They want to sunbathe. Okay? And if you not say, in short, you not feel to be too religious. Because all these Western countries, you go see them. How they dress. For summer, everybody go live with nothing to imagine. Now you go discipline yourself. And by the way, why must you even overlook person? What do you overlook the person for? What is it about that person that you're overlooking? There's a difference between admiring. Yes, you can admire someone and just say, okay, man, this babe set. And you can leave. But some people, they not just want waka say, this person set. They won't touch that thing with sets. They won't touch. They won't press. And this brother Enik Kebru Abu Yakubu. Now, I must touch, I must taste, I must feel. You don't carry her. You don't carry her enter triple SC wahala. And you cannot be working. You see, there are some places you cannot. In short, there are some professions you dare not go and work. If you know, say you get this kind of problem. As a matter of fact, if you get a kind of problem, the first thing first is to go for counseling, because something is not right about you. But when we talk now, they go say, what do you know? You don't understand. All this year deliverance, where pastors say they do for now. There's no need to do deliverance. Now, bad behavior. If you go check that guy now, this guy where they struck out now, if you go check him, when in the Nigeria, I'm assuming the guy is Nigerian from his name, okay? When the guy whatever country he's from, when he was in Africa, if you go find out, now they torchlight all the young girls, most likely, and it's not just girls that they torchlight anymore, plus boys safe. If you go find out now, this guy they torchlight. Most likely, all small children, they know they waka pass am. Married women, they know they waka pass am. Young ladies, they know they waka pass am. He go touch, he must touch, because he name na torchlight. He must share touch him. He must touch. He no get self-control. Now, he don't come. They say he was employed just last year, 2024. Now they employ the agbaya. Now they employ him. They employ just 2024. Now he turn carer / support worker. And lo and behold, brother don't show himself. He don't show himself big time. Now in colleague, he carried now two of them. So far so good. He carried that colleague. Only in John Thomas now, so the thing stand attention. He begin to see. Make I show you the. àwọn onírà kàtíà dédé. When we dey talk now, they go say na one thing they worry them. They go say na spirit of their father they pursue them. He carry person, push am near car, begin the torchlight. You carry person, carry and reach your car area, begin the torchlight. He dey touch the babe in colleague. Now in colleague go, which kind? If no be say person wey be say Iran go oba mule. You dey work with person. Shema we say when we want work with people, na me fear they catch people. Only see Kofanle by. See the way they una no see all the Shebuna they watch the Labour Congress. Everybody saying borrow immigration Joe. You go think say our people go begin they borrow themselves common sense. Please hold on for me. Okay. Sorry, you. I bet more no vex. I drink. I had tequila, so I'm trying to flush out my system. I drank tequila and then I went and drank quite a lot of lemon just to flush out my system. So I've been back and forward to pee. Yeah. Just trying to flush the alcohol out of my system. Yeah. Like I was saying, this brother, ìwà burúkú tó ti mọ́ lára, ìwà burúkú tó mọ́ lára láti wherever country is coming from. Okay? Where to work with female na problem. If you find out now, maybe when he was in Nigeria, and when he was in his country, when he was in Africa in his country, most likely all the female around them, now so you could just touchlight them anyhow. If you no touchlight them, you could touch them. Because in things say, people like that, ìwà burúkú no fin shayo. You understand? Some people they will be say ìwà burúkú no ma fin shayo. They go there, anybody, I'm just touching you. What is the big deal? On lo bade, ibito deleni. In colleague for work, he look colleague, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń fà lọ́mú, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń fà lọ́yàn, ó tún ṣe, ó tún gbáǹdì. How did you manage to get to that level? Kí ni nǹkan tó ń wá káàkiri? How is it that I'm going to go and work? Now work you go do. Báwo lẹ ṣe dé stage kẹ́ máa gbára yín nídìí, kó máa gbáyàn nídìí. Sorry, there are some things I can't say it in English. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbá obìnrin nídìí. Bó ṣe ń gbá nídìí ló ń tẹ oyún ẹ̀. On top waiting, kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? So it is not a prohibition for you to be a woman. The guy, if you can't come and see the ready and rather that he did, and he's working as a carer. If you can do that to a colleague, that means say all the people where they work with, because the people you're working with are vulnerable. That means say the people where they work with, normal, you go dey do one. You go just na normal thing, because ìwà burúkú ló mọ́ lára. So STV is a Scottish news. So let's see. Let me see I think I did. Let me see. It says Tayside social care worker has been struck off after he inappropriately touched a woman and slapped her bottom. Any Kebru Abu Yakubu was employed as a care and support worker by My Care Tayside at the time of the incident in March 2024. Following a tribunal hearing, the Scottish Social Service Council, that's the body that manages anything to do with teaching, it's a body for vulnerable adults and children. If you live in Scotland, you know what SSSC is. It's usually called SSSC. Found that Abu Yakubu slapped the woman's bottom and touched her breast without her consent. During the course of his employment, the woman was said to have been distressed by his action. The SSSC found evidence of motivated conduct by Yakubu on or around May 8 last year. Àwọn brother I must touch. The regulator found several allegations to be proved, including that he slapped the woman referred to as AA in the report on the bottom without her consent, leaned over and put his right hand on AA's left leg in response to AA pushing his hand away. In response to AA pushing his hand away and saying that she didn't want to do that, moved his hand up AA leg and decently touched otutowo bondi. Otutowo bondi, otowo colleague nidi. As per ping pong, otowo bondi. Touched AA's breast without her consent. Contributed to AA becoming distressed. Abu Yakubu was also alleged to have tried to kiss AA on the same date, but the SSSC said there was insufficient evidence to prove this. But you have sufficient evidence. But you have sufficient evidence to see. The fact remains that Ashiri ni Abu Yakubu. Ashiri Eronko. He also faced allegation of leaning over another woman and saying body shape nice or similar during his employment, but SSSC found this was not proved. The SSSC report on the hearing had said Abu Yakubu admitted he knew he would be unable to continue to work in the sector following SSSC panel. Tabala won ko ori won gbale won ni roland. The report said your representative first addressed the seriousness of the finding and was cleared that neither he nor you sought to downplay this. You accepted that your fitness to practice was impaired due to this behavior and that the panel's primary responsibility is to protect members of the public, to ensure that they have trust in the sector and confidence in SSSC as a regulator. Yakubu's representative further said that the assault on AA was an isolated incident. The SSSC says Abu Yakubu cooperated with the SSSC's investigation and he has had no previous history of similar behavior. However, the watchdog found that there was little evidence that he acknowledged his failure and that the lack of insight raises probability that the behavior is likely to repeat itself. Of course, nígbà tó yẹ pé ó ṣe ó ti mọ lára nǹkan burúkú mọ lára àṣírí. However, the report added it was submitted that removal from the register is the only sanction that would protect the public interest and confidence. This was Kerewa motivated incident. This was a Kerewa motivated incident. It is a serious breach of trust when aggravating factors were present. Anyway, the long and short of it be say the guy, because he know Ashiri, you take it or leave it. Because how can you go to work and your focus? What it concern your colleague? What it concern you and your colleague body? But because because you are who you are, and this is what I'm saying. This is what led me to be talking about how some people present. Iwa buruku where they do sins for their country. Come and see. Go and look at Kerewa register. Now them full there. Go see her. And you are wondering why the system is so heavy-handed on migrants. I'm not saying that the citizens, I'm not saying that host community, people from host communities don't do these things. I'm not saying that. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But why would you, if they talk now, they go say, na enemy of, how do they call that? They go say, na the enemy of father's side. I been na village uncle. I been na village auntie. Village auntie sit down, get village uncle sit down, get. They don't even know where you did. They don't send you. Now you carry your hand like this. Go buy trouble. Go buy wahala. You use your own hand like this. Go buy what you don't need. This one now, if they won't talk, now go send a village uncle the portion. You come all the way from wherever country you come from. You enter abroad. You dey walk instead of you to face front, face what you do. Now lie. Instead, your own now to the pursue skirts, now to the pursue trousers up and down. If you find out now, they are share if you get wife for house. If you find out now, you go get wife, you go get sisters. And if they talk now, they go say, what is wrong? It is my village enemy. It is the enemy of my father's side. It is the enemy of my mother's side. It is that my auntie that look at me that spoke one kind. It is one uncle that look at me that spoke one kind. Yeah, I mean, there was one neighbor that told me, I will see. Meanwhile, there's nobody. The only person that is doing you is yourself. Imagine if you find out now if you on COS visa, COS, certificate of COS visa. If you on COS visa, don't wash skirt kakiri ojutiti, don't wash shokoto kakiri ojutiti. Ordinary go to work, do your shift. Do your shift and go back home quietly. In a lie. You do KSAT, also colleague this the ball science is discovery. How your work, how did your role enter make to the extent o to pin e moto kilo shele. Some people are like dogs on it. They just cannot control themselves. I don't know. I honestly don't mean mokoton sha won eyan wa. And they talk now, they go say, it is because dudu ni o no se foju si lara. Eyin gan funra yin gan se ejoko yin je. Na question. Se ejoko yin je níbi te lo sise. And this is not an isolated case. Remember there was one too. That brother that traveled all the way from Kinonkurukwe, all the way from Edinburgh. Oh, Losi on Leeds. He left Edinburgh to 4.5 hours journey in Leeds. Oh, no fellowship birthday for Molomo. Oh, no 14-year-old in Leeds. Oh, no fellowship birthday for. If no be say iwa kuwa, iwa buruku, iwa shire to wa nu won láti ìgbà tó ti wà kékeré. And the nonsense tó ti ń ṣe láti lé. You travel all the way from Edinburgh, 4.5 hours journey. You travel. You carry yourself all the way from Edinburgh. You carry yourself go Leeds. Say you won't go do birthday for ọmọ tó rí. Number one, 14-year-old ni kí ló ń wá lára ọmọ kékeré. Okay, we say that one ọmọ kékeré. Remember that Ashiri pastor. Tó lóun ṣe student visa nìyẹn náà bá wá ní London. That one get wife, he get wife for inside house with his children. Now there and there, he get wife, he get children. Oh, boss already dating website. Níyàn tó níyàwó tó lọ́mọ, tó láwọn ọmọ. Oh, boss already dating website. From that, while he was in the house, to show you how disrespectful he is, even to the woman that he calls his wife. While he was in the house, while he was in the house with his wife and his children present. On telephone, on ba ọmọ, on plan ọmọ, on ló sọ pé òun fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá ọmọ ń fàjìn. Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, kí lẹ̀ ń wá ká, kí lẹ̀ ń bá ká. Kí ló ń jó yín lábẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ lè jókòó yín jẹ́. Kí lẹ̀ ń bá ká. Because I honestly, you guys are just giving us bad names. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn tó ṣe èdè yìí, mi ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó ń wá ká, mi ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó wà lọ́wọ́ yín tẹ́ ẹ̀ fi jólẹ̀, nǹkan tó ń jó yín lọ́wọ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ lè fi jólẹ̀. Kí ni? What is it? Now we go meet. This is how to come to UK. This is how to work in Canada. This is how to work in Canada. Ẹ̀yin náà ni, ẹ̀yin lẹ wà nídìí gbogbo ẹ̀. They employ you just over a year. Now they employ you. When they just employ you. So obviously your colleagues are not safe around you. Òṣòwò ẹ̀kọ́dọ̀rọ̀ títí tó tọwọ́ bọ̀ di colleague. Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Wetin dey scratch una like that? Láì ṣajá. If you find out now, this guy, for all you care, he might actually have a girlfriend, or even he has a wife. I don't know. Okay, I think it was I don't know who I was saying to. I went to a shopping mall. I actually I went to go and do my nails. That was, I think, maybe a month, maybe over a month or two now. I went to go and do my nails. I came out, so I didn't realize, I didn't have, they had the problem with their bank, with their card machine. So I had to go and withdraw money. Guess what? Now, so this guy, I went to the nearest cash machine to go and withdraw money. If you see this guy, they follow me up and down. I say, you know, when someone is following you can tell that, this person is definitely following you. Come and see the way the guy turned puppy, begin to follow me up and down. Until I had to, it's a big mall. So I had to stop, and I was like, it was very obvious that it was me he was following. And I was like, sorry, is there any problem? And the next thing, just Waka come meet me. I like you. And I was like, like a baby. Even baby gone, oloju nkan ti baby le se. Okay, you nonsense woni. You don't even know me. And I was like, sorry? See the boldness. So I like you. And I said, you like me. You like me as how? How you think? I like you. I like your behavior. And I was like, like my behavior, Bibawo. Oh, show me. The guy was like a puppy following me up and down. I like your behavior. You are the kind of person I like. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, this guy, you don't even know. Okay, I'm not wearing a wedding ring. You know whether I'm married. Of course, it's not everybody that wears wedding ring. You don't even know whether I'm married. You don't know whether my husband, whether me and my husband come, whether I'm me and my boyfriend, whether I'm me and my partner. You don't know. And this is how they get themselves into trouble. So I had to say to him, I was like, sorry, I'm not interested. And the guy, okay, before I even said that, I was like, sorry, what do you do? Now he talk what he do. When did you come to the UK? The way he was talking, I could tell. When did you come? Now he tell me, I think he said he came about 2 or 3 years ago. And I couldn't resist. I got to him, I said, my brother, instead of you to focus on sorting out, on regulating your stay, is this your priority? Should this be your priority? I didn't even know the time I asked him, because I was like, what iru wahala wo lele? Hey, Anthony, you never see anything. If you see the way the guy they follow me, and now I told the guy, I said, why don't you focus on regulating your stay? Now, woman, you they follow. I even asked him, I said, do you know you can get yourself into trouble doing what you're doing? When someone is like, I'm talking of a big shopping mall. So it's not like there are a few people walking around there. It was a big shop. When someone is it's more like when someone is stalking you. That's basically what it was. The guy he was following me like a puppy. I was like, this guy iru wala wolele. And like, I want to know you more. Come and see. I just look and say, hey, wala wow. Wala wa. In short, I was telling someone, I was actually telling a close friend of mine. And that one was even telling me our own experience. I was like, so don't be only me. Of course, it's good. It's good that a man is chasing me. It shows obviously I'm still attractive. Of course, I'm all very attractive anyway. But you know what I mean. I'm just joking. It shows you are attractive as a woman when irrespective. But that my friend was gisting me. That my friend Asojon. He said, "Come and see me see trouble." That there was in short, that one she was gisting me what happened. I said, "Ha, wala wow, wala ma wabai." He said now one of these people where they just get NHS, all these COS people. Now so he said the guy come meet him. Now the guy tell him and say, "I like you." I say, "Hey." When I was telling her my experience, that my friend she was laughing and rolling. And she now said, she said, "You are not alone. This is what happened." In short, her husband actually chipped in and we're laughing about it. And the husband say, he say, I met my wife's secret admirer, Abby. I met my wife's work boyfriend. Even though my friend told the guy, he said, "I'm married." The guy said, "It doesn't matter. We can your husband doesn't need to, we can be doing our stuff at work." To tell you, people in budget. To tell you, some people are just naturally one budget, they don't around. And here we are. Look at this guy now. In short, there's another lady. It's not just the lady alone, not just the one that they caught him with, or the one that reported him. There's another lady as well. They also said there were several other reports. Okay, fair enough. He never really, they reported to the police. He didn't go as far as him being persecuted. But if he's on the visa system, that is going to reflect. Because it's SSSC, it's going to reflect that. And this is the problem these people don't understand. The registration body, all these bodies, they communicate with the Home Office. Tabade and so but this is how to work in the UK. This is how to work out on the road in the UK. This is him in the UK. Very ignorant and very naive souls. To him now, they struck me off. It doesn't mean anything. After all, a criminal record. No, so wait till they pursue him for front. They look him. In short, with the way the UK system, it's not scaremongering, but the way they are going about immigration, you would think any immigrant with common sense, you would think they will calm themselves down. But not lie. They know they calm down. They know they calm. In short, there was a TikTok video. Somebody sent it to me. Thanks. The person that sent that video to me, thank you. There was a TikTok video somebody sent to me. Where one lady did there. The problem with all these NHS, after they've come and look at how all these UK employers, they are deceiving people. They will tell when you go to them, when you apply to job, they will promise you that they're going to regulate your visa, and then when you start working for them, you will come and hear they will waste your time, and then you will come and then after some while they will come and tell you they cannot give you visa. Where are you guys from? Which UK employer promises anybody visa? Not even the UK government, not even the civil service, not even public service. Nobody promises anybody visa. And you see this stupid entitlement when people come to someone else's country feeling so entitled. And they don't, and you see the sad thing is they are not even reading between the lines. All this debate that they're having around immigration, you would think they will calm themselves down and start paying attention to what is being said. They feel so I saw the lady on TikTok. I was like, and then she was saying, look at it. Some people, after they have come in, look at NHS now. NHS carry all of us, and they took all of us, and then they promise us visa. How can NHS promise you visa? Since when did NHS start promising anybody visa? You applied for NHS, and you applied on the scheme, and at that time that you were employed, the NHS had the certificate of sponsorship at the time. This is not Nigeria. This is not Nigeria, where it's a set stone. Like I always say, go and ask those people that came when they were doing highly skilled and fresh talent. They would gist you with their eyes see. They were as ignorant and naive as you guys were. A lot of them came. It was only few of them that were sensible. They knew that, okay, they've brought me, okay, I've applied for a job on a work visa, on a work permit. I need to regulate my stay. And I need to make sure I have interchangeable skills, transferable skills rather, to ensure that I'm able to like give myself enhance my chances of regulating my stay. Now lie. A lot of them, go and look at a lot of them. I remember them too. Now, just like this US, now so they carry themselves come with highly skilled. You can't see person when saying be highly skilled. The highly skilled was open, just like what they do in Canada, where it is specifically for professionals. Now, so people come and see those where we say I want to have results, I want to have CV. Just like what they are saying with COS, that was exactly what happened. It wasn't different. The same exact thing, Rochelle. They carry themselves. You come and see person will come. I'm an accountant. Before you know what they happen, accountant, he enter UK finish. He begin to do cleaner. When they open something, they said highly skilled. The name says it all. Student visa, that and the fresh talent. You come and see people, event management. How you go leave Nigeria, come study event manager for abroad? How make it make sense? In the UK, you don't need to go to school for you to be an event planner. Why? What do you need? Anyway, now so they carry themselves come. Imagine even the COS, people that came said they came here claiming to be students. They came with student visa routes. The next thing, they were come and see they start changing from student. You were doing, how can you be doing masters? How can you come in? You apply for master's degree. And you got into the UK finish. You now went from master's degree. You did not even finish your studies. You went from being a master's student. You then swap from being a master's student, you switch to COS, to Kera's visa. Make it make sense now. The system one of the beat. Una think say una beat it. Una say una short change una self pass. How can you come and do masters? You apply to come and do masters, and then you settled for a carer's job. You switch your visa to a normally if you have common sense. Once you finish your studies, you are meant to switch your visa to an highly skilled visa. And you're wondering why the UK is heavy-handed. Sweden, people going inside law. Sweden, no, I want not tough enough. All the countries, just in case you don't know, all the Western countries, they are going right wing. Every country want to do what works for their country. And trust me, you are not a priority as a migrant. So it's better you guys stop being entitled and pack it in. You will go and do those jobs instead of you to sit down quietly. Now lie. Imagine if you go, I don't know the background to this guy. But if you go check, most likely student visa no fi wole to switch over. I remember that time about 2-3 years ago. I remember when that COS visa come and see students. Wole pẹ̀lú student ní parí school, they know they finish school. They just enter. Come and see students paying. Now all of them they know bond them. They don't even feel shout outside. Some of them were paying 6,000, 10,000, 12,000, 20,000 to switch. Agencies within Nigerian community, within the African community, were raking in money. They were selling COS. They were raking in money. Some people came to me the other time. Aproko, can you come and help us see Mike? Somebody do post. Now I tell them and say, I should come and help you say what? But you say Oju yin funny. I better work in your home office. Alone the home office ní kẹsàn fún COS visa. And then when I found out, okay, how did you come into the UK? Well, he came, one of them, now PhD, said they can't do PhD. So from PhD, you switch instead of if no be I told the person, I said, sir, from PhD, so you didn't continue your PhD, you switch to COS visa. And you're wondering why home office is heavy-handed on you. Some people, instead of them to go on for student visa, I want immigration lawyer on. Most advice one in oh, you go and claim asylum. You came into a country legally. You now want to claim asylum. You are not claiming asylum. Eh, they make ten. Anyway, now here we go. There we go. What's on a movie? Shebi labor will say no. 5-year indefinite is going to. Shebi na shaman. I been no waiting shaman talk this morning with that. Say na 10-year route. Did they look 10-year route? When they say they look, it means say they don't. It means say they don't already get everything in order. Last, as much as everybody is pretending not to understand, last, now waiting on Naija Ferrari talk, and I go happen. Last. Now we hear all of us go there. Now UK here we sit down where we look cinema. Now waiting Naija Ferrari, because Naija Ferrari is literally speaking for a lot of the host community. A lot of the people in the host community is speaking for them. Now the same one go come this on the carer side waiting of this guy. When people come, you go tell them, when you come to a country, integrate. Now lie, they not go integrate. No churches won't law. Their churches go say they are doing a welcome setting for them. How can you come to a country? You are not even integrating with the host community. The only thing you go see them, they go sit down. Don't hang out with those unbelievers. So you know when they say they want to socialize, now pub did they go? Now so they talk. They go say now pub did they go? If this one socialize with, if this carer now, assuming he has socialized with host community, he go don't know say what thing they do. No go area. But I lie, you no go socialize. One socialize. What God cannot do does not exist. Now, Mawaka Kirojutisi. Aboli Ghost Festival, power must change hand. You go see some people, they don't stay this country for how many years? They don't stay abroad for how many years? The way they go even behave, you go the wonder, say, Ibolele is Igadiwa. Now the matter with the search will be that. Even the kind of jobs that they are looking for, because they do not integrate, because our people don't like integrating. They don't like to integrate with the host community. They end up settling for less. I see one person do video that somebody, I think, is it that they sent me a video, they even tagged me, I don't even know. Sent me a video where one guy, let me come and show you how you can apply for internship. Your children qualify for internship. Let me join my Telegram group. Tabalo wa dibai owo niyan na ngba lórí nǹkan tó yẹ pé lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ló fò ní. Internship opportunity is there for anybody to access. So long as you meet the criteria, you can apply for it. You don't need any special person to show you how to do it. Anyway, last, people must turn mugu for others because turn bati gbani. And one thing I know about our people, we know they like person where they tell them the truth. That person will go sit down, tell them and say, come, you don't need to pay a dime to anybody. Irony. If the person will do representative for this Eniki Yakubu, Keribu Yakubu, Tondara, Olori Gbeske Tondara Kakiri. If you go find out, you get one Nigerian guy where they saying they do advocate for Africans across. If you know it, the guy goes they talk ready and other. You don't need any special person to do anything for you. They carry yourself, go there, go and defend yourself. The reason why this guy was struck, apart from the fact, say, okay, fine, he do, they even cash and say he do. He did there, they deny, say no do him. At least admitting your fault starts from somewhere. If you admit your fault, then they can be gentle on you. The worst they go do, they go say, okay, oh yeah, go and do fitness to practice. They go give you courses where you go do. But this one, Gabadaya, they cash and red and they still say, I no do am. And if you are wondering, when some people, maybe you want to ask, Aproko, why are you advising that they should, that the person should, that the guy should have admitted? At least if you admit your wrongdoing, the governing body, I mean, they have a choice. They have the financing. They could decide, irrespective, to deregister the person. But this one now banned. Oh, Tibere career again, what already banned. And you think that when you go apply for another job, of course they are going to dig. That's one thing people don't understand. The system communicates with each other. Tobo Masoba, you was England. And it's only a matter of time. You go England. It's a matter of time before they figure out that you were born in Scotland. Because that's a pattern. I'm telling you how it works. That's a pattern. Nobody down in England. Once I was in Scotland. Somebody down in Scotland. Once I was in England. They've forgotten that the 4 regions, they interact with each other. The same thing too. But I want to child protection wahala. One in Nigeria, in London. Once I was in England. Once I was in Scotland. One thing the system interacts. It's just a matter of time. If you just relocated to, if you are coming from England, you just relocated to Scotland. Either way, whatever part of UK you are relocating to, if you relocate from one angle to the other, give them maximum 6 weeks. They will figure you out. Except if you are not registered in the system. Give them 6 weeks, they will figure you out. Okay, in short, 6 weeks, you go Gino. But give them 6 weeks, they will figure you out. You think you are in Africa where data don't interact with each other. Anyway, our brother don't chop breakfast. And the breakfast, now here we go sit down. How this brother will contact the waka up and down. In short, if he wants to travel now, if he wants to go to any country, that record is there. And there are some countries, once you don't get Kerewa offense, or you are sacked in relation to Kerewa, now wahala. They don't go let you into their country. Because basically, vulnerable people, vulnerable adults and children are not safe with you. Ni Rory. Anyway, now the matter with the settle. Una thank you. Only your show. Follow you. I won't rest because I get another waka way. I won't waka tomorrow. Actually, I'm enjoying myself. I can't lie to you. I enjoy myself to the fullest. I had to come in and did they do party writing about I know if you do. I need to rest. I just need to rest to recover for tomorrow. Because that tomorrow I don't turn Johnny Walker. They say Mongo Park discover River Niger. I won't go discover where Mongo Park. I won't go discover Mongo Park house. And I go, don't worry. I go edit my videos. I never get time. I go edit my video. Can't carry myself. By myself. Akuku see Anthony. Akuku see maybe I go talk about them tomorrow at some point. Akuku see Muri Kosarati Nigeria na comedy grand. I see that one. Somebody they also send me Yabo Joe one. Yabo Joe and what's the name of that in friend? Where the two of them, I don't even know who will be the psychiatric doctor. We go treat the two of them. I mean, Yabo Joe, Tony Aimaku, and what's the name of that in friend? Lizzie, the psychiatric doctor. We go treat all of them. I never know. But situation in Nigeria gun, Kenya gun. What's the name of this one? What's the name of that Taye currency? She Taye is currency. I see that one to weigh that one. Where did they do coronation? Only we laugh you go with Okote Dabe. Nigeria. Well, in Nigeria now cruise. When I see somebody, hey, which mean the get one person always dey send me video. Now so the person send me the video now say hey, láti bo síbo, and wèrè la fi ń wo wèrè mo ní nínú coronation for inside where they for where wallahi Nigeria, Nigeria case wahala no dey finish torí Nigeria na because of Nigeria na dey coin that word wahala no dey finish. Na wahala na real wahala no dey finish. The guy did if you and then the guy wear agbada. Me I even thought it was just like I didn't even realize. I said ewo ni wèrè laughing wo wèrè inside where they do coronation. They say they are say na the guy na be the main artist abi na wetin they call am. Say na wèrè laughing wo wèrè mo ni okote dabe. So when I come see Iyabo Ojo and Toyin, I see Toyin. When you know you know hear the music na we dey laughing wo with it. Make I see whether I go sing. We dey laughing wo with the money we dey laughing wo with the biba. They say na we dey laughing wo with the money okote dabe. We dey laughing wo with the money I don't even know who be the Thai currency. Now later I come go Google and say this guy. So now this kind of song of all the songs where they grand, where the guy feel sing. Now we laughing go weary. They say na from where I've seen the analysis of the guy, them say na campaign strategy. But you okote dabe. And true, person needs to get small weary. And like in this small weary lori, on loro to one leg. The person where they rule us again, she be the former person. The person where in collect a presidency for that one a toothpick. That one. That the year where they pay now it turn to everybody. When they talk anything, you go carry toothpick, you go put them for mouth. This one, we don't even know the one way they do. The guy go they talk like dakudaji lantern. You know those lantern those days. You know those rechargeable lantern. You know when you're rechargeable lantern, when you don't overuse them, take go read. And you won't come the time where you can't need them to come beuru. You know, if you be student, you know the meaning of beuru. When you go wake up for night, come begin the read, put your leg for inside water. Maybe you get test. If you be like me, maybe say now when I get test, 2 days to the day of test, now that time I will come put my leg inside water, come begin the read. Yeah. Nigerian University go humble you. That lantern. Now so the thing we can do daku daji. Anyway, now they say I say when I hear president's speech gone for that coronation of Olubadan. Yeah, Olubadan. I see president's speech. President to go do campaign in speech be like campaign, Kenny. So when I can see the song, we laughing we okay, make sense. Make sense. We laughing we they say the governor, the former the former Olubadan, the new Olubadan. They say na former governor na him be. Say he be former governor, he be senator. Before he become king. So when I heard all those, I say, okay, it makes sense why they say now we love you. It makes sense why they say now we love you. It will make sense. It make sense in Koburukuni. It makes sense because me I dey wonder say how person go sing this kind of song, but when I come do little shake, I don't even do and far. I just say make I just do little shake and I say the Olubadan na former governor and senator. He was a sitting senator before he become king. And all of us, we know say if I know they pick king anymore, na Google they pick king. On la chérie, Ṣaláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ àti Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ làwọn méjèèjì náà sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn di non-trade ọ̀rọ̀. Now he make the two of them the trade word with each other. Governor during Obasanjo's time. Oh, right, okay. But anyhow, na former governor be. Na former governor, then they say na senator. So, Thai currency song, in short, person self, they want, waiting be in it, say na Thai currency. Currency, she pounds ni, naira ni, euro ni dollar ni we no kuku no whether na yen we no know. They shall say that when person look himself saying in a Thai currency, and then una when invite and come sing, una when una define musician, una say na Thai currency, and the guy come sing with laughing go with, una come they wonder why the guy dey I say if you see the way the guy kigomole with laughing go with him láti bosibo. They say now we they you say they wo with you afi suru at least if there's any song where I don't learn now, I don't learn say they say now weary, nothing wo weary. So that Olu of sorry, that Olubadan, I think it's Olubadan they call them, right? Please correct me. Olubadan. They say now weary, nothing wo weary. So that means say Olubadan. Is it Olubadan or by Ibadan? Sorry, please correct me because I don't know how they is it Olubadan? Or is it Oba of Ibadan? I don't know. I don't know what they call it. Is it? I think it's Olubadan. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. Please correct me. But at least either way, which way, we don't know. Say for in coronation, one thing we stand out to be say we laughing go weary. And the person where they talk to is Abi himself. Olu of Ibadan. Thank you, Jari. When I know say you get my back. We laughing go weary. I say wala di for Nigeria. Kinon Porukwe, our president, that one, himself, when he won't give speech, I look the speech, I listen to the speech, he say come Ibadan come meet am, wait, the guy begin to speak, he begin to shalaye. The next thing, Olu of Ibadan, now so that one too can't respond. They need the Ibadan state money ori gbogbo yin gbale kábíyèsí ẹ má bínú ori gbogbo yin gbale need the Ibadan state ṣé with all the 36 states within Nigeria we never fit justify am. Some of the states we get for Nigeria where they supposed to merge them with the 36 states. What difference have we made? Anyway, we are a product of, you see the leadership we have. Our leadership is a reflection of all of us. Okay? We really laughing go with Abi. Coronation we laughing go with. You know, say the difference is clear. 7 up. If you be in a Huku Jokosi, Tatimawu movie. 2000 and when is election? 2027. Next year, some states go do a selection. Those ones too. I won't be surprised if they can't sing. We laughing we because the way everything be now, the kind when they say Nigeria jaga everything scatter at least the time where they and that is presidential now winner. I think some states they get election next year now. When am I right? I think some states have election next year. I think Ekiti State, if I'm right, I think Ekiti State. Is it? No, I don't think it's this year. I think it's next year they have election. I think. I know some states. Remember, there are some states that don't do election the same time as everybody. Is it this year or next year? I'm assuming it's next year. I'm not 100% sure. Because so now from Ekiti State have come. Our governor. Governor Ekiti State in apology. Anyway, puppet in just like every other governor. Nkoti Fayemi, Nkoto Gbesi next year. Thank you, Gary. Nkoti Fayemi, the puppet way Fayemi give us. He did there. Edo State, if let's say Edo State too, the governor won't get to na puppet. She be now Oshiomole. Sorry, make a call and rename. Oshiomole. Na ain't given a governor. That one. They send a script to, they send a Oshiomole the script given, whether I lie, whether not true, I don't know, but now wait till I hear be that. Abi, Thai currency don't could define and give everybody say we laughing go we. That is to say, everybody, the followers na weary, the king gangan na weary. Because when person can sing for a very important event of your life, he can't sing with laughing go with. If you don't understand it, Google na your friend. Google Translator na your friend. When person can sing, No, when I make we even look am from here, they won't do coronation for person. Imagine, in short, if there's any king I still have a bit of respect, no be saying himself no get him own wahala, but if there's any king I still have a little bit of respect for Nigeria, now Oba of Benin, because Benin kingdom, you know, say Benin, their tradition, they uphold their tradition. When Oba of Benin, I can imagine, maybe the same person can't sing, he come Oba of Benin coronation, can't they sing with laughing go with how you want take sing them? How? Now where and how you want take sing with laughing go with but he show us say Gugu, Oba Gugu, and people way the Afobaje, they did there when persons did they sing with the laughing with, and the oracle no tell them say the oracle no stand up and make it ko funi fase. I go with the laughing. I'm very came in body. I beg you. Nigeria na movie. Now Anthony ask me a question. Now make me the answer. Now make me the talk the one where they talk now. Nigeria, all Nigeria. Movie, Nigeria self gaga. When waiting with the talk, now the same grammar with the talk. How you take reach there, how you not take reach here. The fact be say, the summary of the story be say, weary, not feel go weary. Whether na him, if I pick true, whether na if I pick him, whether na political if I na pick him, I be na correct if I either way which way. The fact remains say weary, not feel go weary. Weary, not feel pot around one day be day. Of course, when we are saying exact same thing, basically the guy reached now all these things are king of boys. If I don't know they use Ifa, really. So how did they appoint their king? I don't know. I mean, I'm not conversant with it. I know that to pick a king in Yoruba land, I don't say no be rice and beans. That one I know that for a fact. That one I know. So me, I don't know. I shall know that being a king, even ordinary chieftaincy for Yoruba land, no be rice and beans. Anybody will tell you say he be chief for Yoruba land, that he be king, and he born again, that person they like give you. Osibon can't gain anything. You cannot be a chief or a king or anything to do with traditional rights or traditional culture in Yoruba, and you claim say you dey go church, you say you be that's why when I look at all these king, all these nonsense king, all these king way àwọn baba Agbalamba ton fi ṣe pastor. I just they look, they laugh. Because how you want take do am? Which part of Yoruba traditional rights? Even ordinary chieftaincy, ordinary chief, everything we do in Yoruba is significant. Say that you won't become chief. That's a way akoko where they put for your head. That thing is significant. Everything we wear, those akun and all those things, they are all significant. It's not just anyhow. I remember when what's the name of that woman we go marry on, that prophetess, we say God tell her make you go marry. I say God tell you me you go marry on, as in God tell you me you go marry king. Ordinary bale gan no be ordinary for Yoruba land. When say you won't become king, yes, they can be balogun, they can be whatever, but say you won't be king or you want to hold a traditional role in Yoruba land, forget about whether they be Muslim, whether they be Muslim. The way they go about it, that your ordinary chieftaincy is not rice and beans in Yoruba land. It's just like somebody saying I'm a chief in Edo State, in Benin, and you say you are born again. I don't know how you want to take it, but because when you look at the undiluted Nigerian history, you know, Edo State, Benin holds seniority. But there's still going to be a bit of traditional rites. It's not just as simple as he just became a king. There's still going to be a bit of traditional rites to it. There's going to be a bit of traditional rite. I don't know. I'm going to do my research, but there's a bit. It doesn't. I will do my research. And come back on that. But I know that in Yoruba culture, that one I know for a fact. In Yoruba culture, for you to say whether you're a chief, ordinary chief, there's nothing like ordinary in Yoruba culture. So long as you don't go, there's nothing ordinary in the Yoruba culture. It's just like the Benin culture. For someone to say, I'm just an ordinary chief in Benin, that's not true. You can't just be ordinary chief in Benin culture. And that's the same too with Yoruba culture. So that's why when I look, when all these Shena Redeem, they call them pastors. I think I remember there was one other pastor, like one other king like that. I can't remember where he's from. He's a Yoruba king. He's a king in one of the Yoruba village, one of the Yoruba whatever. I remember that king, he come saying be born again. In the preach, he's giving his life to Christ. And I'm like, are you okay? You born again. It is a symbol. The cap where you put for head is a symbol. When I mean on this one, I don't agree with you, because the Yoruba culture is is quite deep. It's just like somebody. It's just like what is it called? If you are talking of Atuashi, I don't want to be personal. Atuashi the second, right? I think that's Atuashi, Godwin Emiko. When he became king, he said he's a born again. He should be attends four square. He attends four square. Ologbenny. Initially, they were bending to his rules. They were bending to him. But those rituals still needed to be performed. Whether you do it directly or you don't do it directly, the fact remains you are sitting on a sacred throne, on a sacred chair. All those things are symbolic. Shebi, what's the name? Ishekiri. Ishekiri emerged from what do they call the name of this tribe now? You can. When I don't hear you, I go do my research. But there is no way you can become a king or a chieftaincy holder in Yoruba culture. I stand to be correct. I would love somebody to challenge me on that. There is no way you can become a king or a chieftaincy holder in Yoruba culture. Except if you are not, maybe you don't know what you're talking about. In Yoruba culture, you cannot be you cannot just hold a traditional role. That family is a family I know very, very well. We are family friends. I don't want to be personal because it's a private life. I don't want to be personal. But I can tell you for free. I can tell you for free. What is in the open is different from what is behind the scene. See, you should know better now. You should know better to read beyond what is happening there. The same person saying no one be okay. All the while that he sat down there, all those traditional rites they were doing, whether he did it directly or he did it indirectly, is he not sitting on the throne? He be like Mishola Corner saying, I didn't want to be part of what they are doing. If you like, call Jesus past Jesus. I'm gonna leave that level. That's sitting on the sacred throne. You should know that. You should know better now. You are sitting on the sacred throne. What are we talking about? The fact about Benin, they doing your own openly. Say that one they hold this thing openly. If I don't know anything, I did the coronation in 87. Maybe that was the last outing Awolowo had before he waka. When I don't want to talk about personal life of anyone. They are a very, very close family friend. Shola na my hand shola grow on top. Yeah, no we would leave all those level. Anyway, the cocoa of the matter, let me go back to what I'm saying. With the Yoruba culture, That one I can say that confidently, anywhere, anytime, any day. I can say that confidently. You cannot be a chief. You cannot hold. In short, there is nothing like ceremonial chief in Yoruba culture. Honestly, when you don't you? It's like if you understand how they do it. Although everything they do in Yoruba culture is symbolic. Say you be chief, ceremonial chief, like how? When I don't hear you, whether you are there is no ceremonial chief in Yoruba culture. That one I can say that now wait till I know like the back of my hand. There's nothing ceremonial. Even the Shekiri culture, I used to think, until it's not, there's nothing ceremonial. The best thing, you can't sit on the sacred throne, on the sacred chair, and you are claiming. Anyway, make I not talk. I get person where they very close to me. We go collect shift and when did they tell them? When did the advisor at that time? He won't do politics. When did the advisor? He say in friends, they say, don't worry. Go and get chieftaincy title. Go and do this, go and do that. Everybody, I remember very well. This person, a person where they very, very close to me. I remember Imama Kola. Imama they alive that time. Imama Kola. Hey, this thing where you won't go do. Hey, Oma Lane. He say now in short, now America is the state. Now so you begin to speak phone. I know it's not gonna want money. It's gonna want money. Now person where they close to me. This one not be say they tell me. Now person where they close to me. Then they begin to tell her. Now so you go collect a chieftaincy title. Everything where they do, it is a tourist attraction. Now tourist attraction, it is they do. When did they give him when did they give him everything? When they do everything what they got to do. Now tourist Toram, if they take picture, I remembered. He posted it on his anyway. He took, he did videos and everything. He didn't understand. I remember they were telling him, this one is not somebody that is far away from me. Now, person very, very close to me. I remember they were telling him. I remember they did family meeting on his head. When Mama shout for him, Mama call family meeting. Hey, this thing you want to do. Look, in America you they stay. Hey, all this thing where you won't do so. It is not tourism. No, you guys don't understand. There is nothing to this. It's a kinika, it's a kinika. It's a shekinika and shekinika. All Benny. Now so he and his wife yourself, the two of them, they give him a otumba. Now so his wife to collect whatever it is. Anyway, they shall give them title. They shall give them chieftaincy. I'll make it you call them all the way from America. They fly, come collect a chieftaincy. Eventually, as he was a boy, he entered politics. Of course, he went ahead to do politics. This thing where they tell you, Omomeji Olosi. In short, they no born and way. Make you not do what you supposed to do every year. They no born and way. When the guy see when the person where they talk, when he see how far, Benny, there is not. I don't know of other culture. Don't let me. At least Yoruba culture, Bini culture, Ishekiri culture. That one I can say some things. Particularly in Yoruba culture, there is nothing you do in Yoruba culture that is just done for the fun of doing it. I remember when they say, what do you mean that pastor for America, Sanwo Ogumosho, where he said God to call him, from God to call him, when he become king, won't be a liar, but come and say Jesus is Lord. Even if they talk the Jesus is Lord now from mouth, forget all those movies where Baba Yamatanga they do. All those movies where Baba Yamatanga they do. Now story for the gods. Yoruba culture. It's just like it's like the Oba of Benin. It's like all those chiefs in Benin saying that when you go, it's just like you saying like being a chief in Benin land, and then you're not like it's just for tourism. How you take Duam chieftaincy. That person where they talk. And one way, Omomeji, Omotobi, one lossy. When he refused to do what it isn't a play when they first start with him. He thought it was a joke. He ran back. When you hear Ojuboro, Koshe Gomolowo Ekuro. chieftaincy. People wey dey collect chieftaincy, I want on job, I want on enjoy nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. They this one no be say, I mean, Yoruba culture is a very unique is a very sacred culture. There are things you cannot say you just become, they just give you honorary chief. No. They won't give you honorary. You yourself, you don't think twice. There's a cost to it. There's something that has to give for it. It's just like all these when I don't want to argue. Me, I'm talking of my own culture. What I know is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking of other people's culture. I'm talking of what I know. There is no part of Yoruba land. Go and ask any Yoruba, they will tell you this one is not a case of Googling. There's no part of Yoruba land that you say they want to give you title and it is ordinary title. Those title has all those things, the area that they are using, it has a meaning. The bead you wear is not ordinary bead. Forget about waiting those Baba Yamatanga, those nonsense where they talk. Forget all those things. All those things that he's using to act movie. Forget what he's saying. All those that he's doing Agbaranla Abina Bejoyi, that they are doing Afayewa fun Jesu, Ashekinikan. Kolo Toba show off. He himself, even some of the things he's even saying, he doesn't even understand it. He's making a mockery because he doesn't understand what he's talking about. They gave their life to Christ and Kabiyesi become born again. Kabiyesi is only born again. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣòbó born again. Tó born again. Tó bá bí yàrá ya bàbá ẹ̀ dá. Fìlà tó wà lórí èèyàn kó bọ́ dànù. Ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ tó wà lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kó jùnú. Tó bá bí dá. Anyway, make we leave that matter for Matthias. I don't want to divert. We don't already begin to talk another thing. Yoruba culture is very, very. It's just like a do culture, Abi. But if that's your argument, we are literally saying the same thing. If that's your argument, what you're saying, I'm literally saying that how they are saying it is not, there's more to it behind the scene. It's not a case of whether it's your field or not. I'm just saying that what you're saying is behind. It's not like when they say Otumba, Yeye, all those titles, there is more to it. There is no chieftaincy that is ordinary in Yoruba culture. If that is if that's what you're highlighting, literally we're saying the same thing. The Olofori context that you're even talking about, Olofori, even Shebi, the wife still there around. The wife still there alive now. If you like, get church past church. Benny, the fact is say you agree. The fact say you agree to sit on that throne. There's a those are sacred thrones to sit on. Even Shola will be the current Olofori. I don't want to go personal. Let's leave all those things. Yeah, so basically we're saying the same thing. So you be king. You can't say even the one way they do. What's the name of that king of what's the name of that Awujale, Abina Awujile? Where they say when they buy a Muslim carry him body they shake in. All those on na movie. Na movie. She be na king. All those ones na movie. If they like it, can't raise any, can't do any low. They go still do the traditional right way they go do for anybody. Yeah, if they like, maybe can't lower body you lower low. They go still do the normal traditional right way they go do. All those guys where they crown as king. They no fit talk say they don't know what they are. Even their dressing is a symbol. All those things that they are. Lord baby. That's why when Naomi, I remember that time when Naomi said God tell her make him marry Oni, I say Ọlọ́run kò fẹ́ Oni. Oríṣiríṣi lójú títì. Anyway, it is what it is. Now the matter we see they settle. Anyway, thanks everybody and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Tomorrow if I can do show, fine. Otherwise, this show you don't turn 2 in 1. From talking about Kera, we don't talk another thing. You don't turn 2 in 1 show either way. Yes, I think I will just put it. Exactly. When you get the memo. So now the matter we still settle. Anyway, have a lovely night, everybody, and I'll try and see if I can do show tomorrow. Yes. Otherwise, tomorrow I won't go party. Get one. We have an all night long party. No, tomorrow I can't miss my party. I need to party. I do on holiday, so I got to party way. All right. Take care. Bye.